As a mommy to little kiddos, I'm always thinking when it rolls around to be Passover, what am I going to feed them for breakfast? There's only so much matzah and cream cheese that they can eat. So I'm so excited to present this video to you. All the breakfast, all in one spot. So come along, let's roll up our sleeves and let's get prepping, and I'll share with you all of these delectable recipes. I love having a very good muffin recipe up my sleeve, especially for Passover. Who would have thought? I saw this video on Sarah Lasry's page on Instagram and I was like, I gotta make this. I saved the video because I wanted to try this out for Passover. I think we're all going to love it. So we have 1 cup of tahini right here, half a cup of maple syrup, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 2 large eggs, and as much chocolate chips as your heart desires, 1 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of baking soda. You'll need a bowl to mix everything in, and 6 cupcake trays with liners. So let's just put everything together. 1 cup of the tahini paste goes in, followed by half a cup of maple syrup for the sweetness, 2 teaspoons of vanilla sugar, 2 eggs, the 1 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of baking soda. How easy could this be? Literally just throw everything into a bowl and mix it. No flour whatsoever is in here. Once everything is mixed up thoroughly, we're going to add in our chocolate chips. Now with the same half a cup measuring that you measured out your maple syrup with, scoop up the batter. I'm not going to waste any other utensils here, and then add them to your tray. That's it. They're ready to go into the oven at 350 degrees for about 18 minutes until they're perfectly golden. How incredible and how fast was this to make? Let's put them in the oven. And they are done. Wow, no flour. I'm just gonna let this cool now and then we're gonna dive in. How amazing does some French toast on Passover sound? It was so good the last 2-3 years that I've been making it, and the ingredients are super simple. You're just replacing the bread component with some matzah. So come along and I'll show you how I make mine. You'll need about 3 to 4 matzahs, about a teaspoon or 2 of vanilla extract, 3 eggs, a little bit of cinnamon if you like. If you don't like it, just omit it, and some salt, and that is it. Into a bowl, I'm going to be adding in the 3 eggs, cinnamon, salt, and the vanilla. I'm going to whisk that and then crush up some of our matzah. I've done this with the shmura matzah, with the round one, and with this one. So basically use whatever you guys like and enjoy. You can also add in a little bit of milk if you want to maybe thin out the batter. After about 2 matzahs, I am going to mix it just to see how much more matzah we will need. And while I'm mixing it, I am smushing down the matzah. Third matzah going in. I'm gonna add in about a 1/4 cup of milk, just because I think I'm gonna like it better that way. 4th matzah going in. That's it. All of our ingredients are in here. I'm gonna let it sit just a few seconds while I clean up. It's going to let the matzah absorb all of the moisture, and then we're gonna fry these up. I heat up a skillet and add in some avocado oil. You can definitely use some butter. Get that all coated, and we're gonna start frying them up. As you can see, the batter thickened up, so it's not like crunchy, and now it's like the perfect texture to fry it up. Add in a scoopful into the skillet. They're all fried up. My kids' all-time favorite breakfasts are crepes or blintzes, and I hardly make them during the year because they're just a little bit more tedious. But on Passover, because there's like not such a huge variety, I like to make them. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go and make them together. I'll show you the ingredients first. For this recipe, you'll need 4 cups of milk, 6 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla or vanilla sugar, 1 tablespoon of sugar, a 1/4 cup of oil. I'm using avocado oil, 2 cups of potato starch, and 2 cups of almond flour. First, into the bowl, we're going to be adding in all of our wet ingredients. So I'm going to be adding in our 6 eggs. Whisk them up really quickly. Then add in the 4 cups of milk. The vanilla, the 1/4 cup of oil. The sugar. I add the almond flour first because I find that the potato starch just starts to clump. So I add in the almond flour, mix everything thoroughly. Get rid of any lumps. And now the potato starch. You can definitely use a hand mixer if you have one to dissolve everything. I think it would work actually even better. I'm just preparing a plate. I'm also going to make sure that I have my whisk next to me because every so often you are going to need to mix the batter because the potato starch settles and starts to like clump up. Spray with a bit of oil. I use about a 1/4 cup of my batter. Put it in. I mean, how incredible. We have crepes for Pesach. Like, what? Look at that. Look at that. Flip, and we have a blintzes. Delicious crepe. For some of you, this may look like a really huge amount of batter, but with a family as large as Baruch Hashem I have, plus we're usually hosting on Pesach, so I don't want to be doubling or tripling a batch. I can make this and put them in the refrigerator in a glass jar or in a plastic bin, and I have this for the rest of Pesach. This next recipe is my kids' favorite Kosher Passover pancakes that I've been making for years. In this recipe, we're going to be using some yogurt. You could use the vanilla flavored one or the Greek one, whichever one is your favorite and to your liking. These are the ingredients that you're going to be using for the pancake recipe. You need 1.5 cups of milk, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract or 1 teaspoon, 1 cup of cake meal, a 1/3 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, and 3/4 cup of yogurt. I'm gonna mix everything in this bowl. First, I'm gonna do the wet and then the dry. So into the bowl, we're gonna be adding in the 1.5 cups of milk with the 2 eggs. Give that a little beat to scramble the eggs up. 3/4 cup of the yogurt goes in, with a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. 3/4 cup of sugar go in also. The baking powder and salt. And lastly, we're going to slowly incorporate the cake meal. This is the consistency that you're going to have. Just try your best to get the lumps out, and it should be like this. I then take a skillet, I heat it up, I add in some oil. I spray some oil into a 1/4 cup measuring cup. I scoop up the pancake and pour it inside. You'll see that little bubbles start to form over the top, much like a regular gluten pancake with regular flour. And then you know that it's ready to flip. Like, how amazing is that this is kosher for Passover? I still can't get over it. I used to buy the mixes for pancake, and the ones that have potato starch in it, I found to be the worst. They just had the worst texture. They would be so goopy on the inside. So I've been making this for years now, and they always come out perfectly. Look at it. It looks like a real crepe with little tiny holes inside. I'm always guilty of seeing something on the internet, an amazing recipe, something that I want to recreate, and then it comes time to Yom Tov and I realize that I don't remember the ingredients and I don't remember the measurements. So I've created a printable version of this. I actually like having this for myself, for my own family, because I don't remember all of the measurements myself either. So I've created a printable version of all of these breakfast recipes that you can simply download once and then print as many times as you need and keep it for each Passover. I left a link for the Etsy download in the description box below. Well, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel out so much. Let me know in the comments down below which recipe was your favorite and which ones your kids would love most. My kids would definitely enjoy these crepes filled with chocolate, of course. Happy Passover from my family to yours.